Hey, this is Ola coming to you live from myEmpirePRO Studios. This is part 8 of 12-part series on the topic of driving for dollars versus smart wholesaling. Okay, I think you're getting the idea, even just with some of the content I'm sharing with you, that it's probably easier for you to build a business when you can see what's happening, as opposed to getting frustrated out of the process for not being able to see what's happening. You don't even know if what you're doing is working or not for the most part, right? Unless you close a deal, then we don't know when that's gonna happen. Basically, you're using hope and luck strategy, terrible strategy by the way, right, to build a business, and then you wonder why it's not working. Well, on this process number 4, we're going to talk about list profit maximization. Okay, so you've been making money, you're making $100,000 per year or equivalent or more, just from the process of building a list, a buyer's network. And but obviously that's not the end. The whole idea of this was to close deals in the first place, right? So this process, right, we're going to talk about, will help you maximize your profit, obviously by closing more deals. Okay, and also without having to spend a dime of your money on finding those deals. You don't have to drive around finding those deals. You don't have to risk getting a ticket from the city for hanging bandit signs to find deals. You don't have to waste money, $25,000, $20,000, trying to compete with $25,000 marketing budget with the gurus, okay, for direct mailing. You don't have to knock on doors, risking your life knocking on stranger doors. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to cold call people that have been cold called 50 times already on that same day, getting harassed, getting cursed out by cold calling. Basically, you can sit back because you've set up 3 processes, but it's time to learn how to maximize the profit from that same network that you've built. Now, before we get into that, what is wholesaling? It's the art and science of finding deeply discounted properties using mass media marketing. Well, most of them will teach you one-on-one marketing, driving for dollars and stuff like that. But it doesn't work that way. Off, well, you probably already realize it won't work that way, or there's a very low chance it's gonna work that way for you, right? But basically, the idea is to find distressed and motivated sellers. Most of the people your marketing will hit are just potentially that. So basically, you have to sort and find the actual sellers, lock a property under contract, sell the rights to the contract to an end buyer for a lucrative fee between $1,000 and $82,000, which is my highest one-time fee ever. There are people that have made more, of course. All right, that's the idea of real estate wholesaling. It's a very lucrative business. It used to work a lot more easier when I started. I closed my first deal back in 2005 December. Even at that time, it took me a whole year to close that one deal. Okay, and it was a lot more easier, right? But now the competition is growing in leaps, exponentially by the day, because the gurus will not stop teaching people. They will not stop doing hotel seminars. They're teaching people the strategy. So before you get to even cold calling someone, there's about 50 people on that same day that have tried to cold call that same person. It doesn't matter if the deal was collected from driving for dollars or not. It's people have called that person, okay? And then that makes your life a lot more harder. And now you have to somehow magically convince that person that you're the right person for them to work with. It doesn't work out for the most people. That's why 98% of people are failing. So with smart wholesaling, we show you number one, how to skip 80% of that hustle. We've been talking about that. How to make $100,000 or more per year with or without closing the deals. And number 3, which is more of what we're going to talk about on this particular video, how to close 10 times more deal, increase your chances and your deals 300% more. The mission here is to get you up and running $1 million empire in just 11 days. So definitely make sure you stay tuned. Please help me appreciate my team, my wife, and my assistant. These are the people that make it work. That I'm able to bring this to you. So help me appreciate them if you find them anywhere online. Smart wholesaling funnel is what you are going to be learning to what you're going to be setting up. Okay, basically a buyers network that has leads, buyers, partners, investors. The idea of this is to flip knowledge into leads, into buyers, into deals. by leveraging all of this. Okay, you're going to be able to create 7 to 10 income streams, passive income, residual income, before even worrying about home runs, which, by the way, the chances of home runs has been dramatically increased for setting it up this way. Because keep in mind, cash flow is king. The way you were thought about that is to go buy your own rentals and then have rental, but rental is a long-term game. What I'm sharing with you here right now is short-term, even better than wholesaling by itself, except that smart wholesaling is better than all of it because you leverage all of these income streams. Today, we're talking about list profit maximization, being able to close 300% more deals with $0 marketing cost. How is that possible? Well, you're familiar with this whole thing. We're skipping 80% of the work, right? You're familiar with this? All right, good. So that's the first step. Why would you want to do this? Why should you listen to this video and watch it all the way to the end? Well, the people that make the most money in the game are not people that create or find deals. They are people that learn how to move deals. I had to shift to say that again. Let me repeat that. The people that are making the most money in the game are people that have created a platform or stage or whatever you want to call it, this system that they're able to move deals. Doesn't have to be their own deal. They don't have to have created the deals. As a matter of fact, the less involved in creating or finding the deals they are, the more money they stand to make because it's specialized skills, right? They put their focus on moving deals. Those are the people that are able to do that. Now, if you're able to do that with an automated machine, right? For example, aka email marketing, right? As an example, then you're really, really in the game. Okay. Now, um, there's also something called LCV we're gonna cover. There's also something called CVO we're gonna cover. But think about it like this: the best way I can explain this to you is there's a quote by John D. Rockefeller. He says, "I would rather earn 1% off a 100 people's effort than 100% of my own effort." Okay, I rest my case on that. So let's go into the input. What do you need for this? You need other people's contracts. Okay, remember you have a list. It's growing. You're already monetizing that list. You're already positioned to be making $100,000 or more per year. But now you need to find other people's contracts. Well, that's easy. Okay, you can find that on Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist. People looking to flip a deal. All right, get on other people's buyers list. Very simple, all right? What is it that these people want? They want to close that deal. They need a buyer to close that deal. What is that you have? You have a buyers network, a growing buyers network, okay? So basically, the technology you're going to need for that, these are the technologies you're going to need for that. I've basically mentioned a few of this already. Email address, right? Well, your own personal email address. That's what I meant, right? Smartphone, you can text people and say, hey, tell me more about this deal. You can, hey, would you mind, JV, if I can find you, if I, have a few buyers on my list that are looking right now. That's all. But there's a lot of people doing that right now. They don't have a list. Okay, so they're kind of wasting time. But remember, even if somebody feels like you're wasting time and they don't answer you, you don't need them to make money. You're already making six figures just for buying into the idea of building your own list. Okay, so again, another way for you to stand out, to have options and not be at the mercy of somebody just deciding something stupid, right? But anyway, smartphone, right? A blog, so you can create a submission form. There are people that will come to you. Remember, you're attracting JV deals, and they want to be like, hey, do you have a buyer that may be interested? I get such text messages all the time. Hey, I wanted to know if you're open to JV. I have some contracts I need to get rid of. Just send them a link, a submission form on your blog. They enter the details of the information, including a copy of the contract. Why would they give you a copy of the contract? Because they need you. If you're in a position where they don't need you, of course, a few of them will say, I'm not showing you the contract. Then you say, okay, no problem. You don't need them to make money, remember? Right? So, Craigslist, another place where you can link up with people and find contracts that you can flip to people that are looking to take action and buy their first, second, 50th deals from your list. Okay? It's just another offer that you send to your buyers network. It's just one. The houses. Now, if a deal closes, it can mean 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand. It's a home run. But again, you don't want to be at the mercy of waiting for that. And by not being at the mercy, you increase the chances of that happening because it's just another offer, right? Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, direct messages, Instagram direct messages, people trying to sell deal, follow people, get on people's list, right? Email autoresponder is technology you're going to need also because this is how you're going to make the offer known to your buyers network, okay? The output, closed JV deals, home runs, touchdowns, right? High value relationships, right? Because all those people that are buying from you, basically, the more people buy from you, the higher the value of that relationship is. Not the other way around. Because somebody got something for free from you, actually, the freer it is, the less the value is. Okay? Money, exchange hands. That's how people make money. That's why you're in business. That's why you shouldn't partake in being quick to call something a scam because usually people call something a scam when they spend money. No, when people spend money, they spend money in exchange for some kind of value. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I get that. Maybe you didn't get the value you wanted. I understand that, but for the most time, from my experience, it's because somebody is just salty about spending money. Well, you can't be salty about people spending money because the only way you're gonna make money is when somebody buys something, right? So that is an oxymoron. Doesn't work, right? Testimonials, when people actually buy and they change their lives or they buy something that's valuable for them, you create testimonials and success stories turns to more money, obviously, because when people see success stories, reviews, good reviews, they buy more, right? So basically you have an infinite return on investment because all of this is happening because the whole process that you're able to do this was created and it's already paid for itself. It's self-liquidated. You're already offering value and then you're making commissions already before you're closing these deals. So these deals were created with zero marketing cost, effectively, I mean, right? So in effect, it's infinite return on investment because basically you have to divide $0 marketing by a number of transactions. That's infinity return on investment, which is basically what the gurus have only enjoyed up till now. But now you're in a position where you can actually put that to work without calling yourself a guru. You don't have to be a guru. You just have to be a person who understand the process of flipping knowledge to generate leads. You build a list and then you're able to close more deals. Deals that you don't necessarily have to create just by helping other people close the deals that they don't know how to get rid of. Very simple. All right. So, Max Maxwell versus Joe Zillow Scraper. Who is Joe Zillow Scraper? Some guy that another guru taught to go on Zillow and start calling for sale by owners, and he's scraping, he's looking for ways to scrape more, and he's complaining like this process is too excruciating, and he's getting frustrated out of business versus Max Maxwell. I love Max Maxwell. That's why I'm giving him as an example. Max Maxwell, if he doesn't have to market ever again because of the brand that is built that's attracting JV deals to him. He doesn't have to. He can just to continue to be the killer in the game and dominate the market, but he doesn't have to. He can just continue building his brand, and that is in effect a valuable commodity in the marketplace. Does that make sense? Amazon versus authors. Okay, authors, you can write all the books you want in the world. You're never going to be able to sell as much books. I was going to show you this, but actually more of this. Go download this, by the way, from smartrealestatewholesaling.com for free, and then I'll give you this if you go there for free too. Real estate money secret, right? If you're an author, you will never be able to sell as much book as Jeff Bezos because he has a platform where that basically I need and the buyers need, right? So when you create a platform that the marketplace needs, become resourceful for the marketplace, then it's just a matter of it's automatic. You make money, okay? iTunes versus artists. An artist will never be able to sell as much records as iTunes or Amazon Music or what's this other ones, there's other streaming or Spotify or any of those platforms, right? Never, okay? Because there is a platform, okay? So the idea of embedding a platform and being able to make money by being not just a middleman, because wholesaling is kind of like middleman in the first place, right? But a middleman on steroids. Because you understand list building, list monetization, list profit maximization, list relationship, all the stuff that you just learned. Okay, so here's the myth that I've heard. When I'm talking to a few, very few percentage of people that may not really get this. Probably like less than 1% that I share this with, and they leave comments and they don't. They say, "No, I just want to focus on my own deals." Well, you're not gonna have a deal on an average. Here you have it, right? That's the best way I can bust that myth, okay? And then some people say, yeah, I call them deluded monopolizer. They just, they rather do their thing and, they don't want to partner with other people. Well, here's the thing. Partnership on steroids is how you make the most money in this game. So think about it. Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, he's able to partner with authors and thousands of product creators, and he's able to become the first $100 billion guy in the history of mankind. Why? Because he's not a deluded monopolizer. Okay? Zero competition is another myth. You have competition, either you like it or not. The key thing is that are you going to stand out or not? How are you going to stand out? That's the real question. So here's my question for you. We just finished part 8. We have 4 more parts coming up, okay? There are 3 P's in any business. In fact, I have other videos on that topic: product, process, and blank. Here's a pop quiz for you. If you can share the third piece below in the comment area. Also, if you have any questions for me with everything you've been learning so far, this would be a perfect time to leave that in the comment area. Make sure you like and share this video with other people. Don't forget to go download this at smartrealestatewholesaling.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, and I'll give you this for free. Real Estate Money Secrets, my newest book, if you go there right now. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I will see you on part 9, which is about process number 5. If you cannot measure what you're doing, you are automatically 99.99% chance of failure. Okay, so we're going to talk about track, monitor progress as a process. Okay, we're going to learn how to collect the data, the real data you should be collecting, analyzing it, improving it, and optimizing the whole system for yourself. When I'm not talking about addresses, I'm not talking about property addresses. That's what minimum wage people do. I'm talking about as a professional in this game of wholesaling, using digital marketing, using smart wholesaling. How do you track and monitor your progress? You don't want to miss it. We're going to talk about that on process number 5, which is part 9 of this 12-part series. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next one. Peace.